Yes, we are back again. It's your boy, Smoove. Today we're going to talk about women who have decided to decenter men. No wasting time. Let's get right into it.
In order for the matriarchy to rise, we have to decenter men. We have to decenter men and the things that they do and the decisions that they make and their potential. Because let me tell you something.
She coming in hot. In order for the matriarchy to rise, what are you planning, lady?
A person's potential is what you would do in their situation. Their potential don't got shit to do with them other than the fact that it's their situation. So if you're sitting here holding on because of a man's potential, I have news flash for you, baby, and I'm gonna hold your hand while I tell you this. You are self-abandoning. Because I bet money, if you are not happy and you're waiting for him to live up to his potential, you also have needs that are not being met. Self-abandonment means that you ignore your own needs and desires. But let me tell you something. Once you stop doing that, once you start to fulfill your own needs and desires and get him out of the fucking focal point of your life, one of two things.
Is it me or does she seem really pissed? I would imagine she's been jaded at some point in her life. Probably very recently. Some people rebound. Some people do this.
Is going to happen. Either one, he's going to get his shit together and be inspired by you.
No, he won't. Inspired by you? By decentering him? No.
And be so drawn to you. Okay? And you're going to live your happiest, most fulfilled life yet. Or two, he's going to show his hand. He's going to show that he doesn't support you in meeting your needs. And in that case, he's a piece of shit you got to let go of. Do you know what I'm saying? Baby, women are the multipliers and the healers. But how on earth are we supposed to heal and multiply if our cup is not filled? The amount of energy that you have spent on trying to drag him along, I want you to humor me for a minute and think about who you could be. The version of you that you could become if you spent all of that energy on yourself, on fulfilling your own needs, on healing your own past, instead of dragging this man-child along with you. In order
Man-child
to rise, in order for the matriarchy to rise, we have to decenter men, okay? Because the matriarchy does not starve men out, it feeds everybody. But
in what world?
In order for that to come alive, you have to feed you first. Okay? Happy Sunday. I love you. Bye.
Man, pack her up, bro. I'm really trying to understand where we're going with this. Now, I get the concept of decentering men. And there's something to be said about that. I think that you should have your own life. You should have your own goals, right? You should have some sort of autonomy. However, none of what she explained would be helpful to a fruitful relationship. It just sounds like she is absolutely selfish. That's all I can gather from this. She is absolutely selfish. And she's probably going to regret everything she's talking about right now. And hopefully nobody's listening. Hopefully nobody's listening. I don't understand what would make you think that paying less attention to someone, not pouring into them, how that's going to help you. But carry on. Next video.
So my daughter asked me yesterday, Mom, when did you get to a place where you were happy being single and you were happy, like just decentering men? And I told her when I realized that men were not the answer to what I was seeking. You know, I was seeking love, validation, and stability.
That was a lie.
No, she was never happy. Let's not get that twisted. Look at the eyes. The eyes tell a story alone. We're going to let her keep talking now.
Money, companionship. And I realized that I had to give all of that to myself. And I realized
companionship. How do you give companionship to yourself? Someone please explain to me down in the comments how you can give companionship to yourself. Matter of fact, never mind. I probably don't want you to violate some type of terms of service by telling me how you can give companionship to yourselves. So scratch that thought. Carry on.
Realized a man was never going to be able to give that to me, and nobody in general. So what I learned is that whenever we seek in something outside of ourselves, we will never be fulfilled by that, right? So if
I believe she has a point there. That's valid. That's valid. And one of the main things that I always say is happiness comes from within. You can't seek happiness through someone else, right? There are some people who can live vicariously through another, maybe your children or maybe a friend, a relationship sometimes, but not really. But if you are not whole, if you are not happy with yourself, if you don't feel fulfilled, then yes, you will not be in a good position. So let's keep going.
put things into perspective where it's like I don't have to chase, and I can be like totally content within myself. And sometimes that'll creep back up where it's like, oh, like I want to chase or whatever, but then I have to tell myself like everything that you're seeking is within you.
Sounds like coping. Carry on.
All the answers are within you. And so it's just very interesting that my daughter, she wanted to know that. Thanks for letting me share.
Yeah, and I do get that, but it sounds like these people are giving advice for singles. And if that's your goal, which I don't think that's most people's goal, then she's off to a great start. She's on the right path if her goal is to be single. But this isn't good relationship advice. And that's what category this fell under on TikTok. Relationship advice. And believe it or not, relationship advice has a section for decentering men, which is outrageous because that just doesn't go together. But whatever, we're going to keep it going.
Decentering men will change your goddamn life. And before anyone gets the wrong idea, this is not about hating men. It's also not about swearing off relationships.
I bet you she's lying.
It simply means that men are no longer the center of your universe. They're no longer the prize. They're no longer the proof
All right, don't get carried away.
that you are worthy. They are no longer the thing that you are waiting for to make your life real. The truth is that women have been conditioned to center men without even realizing it. That can manifest in lots and lots of ways, including your mood, depending on whether he texts back, dressing for the male gaze, lowering your standards or dimming your light so you're more likely to be chosen, and then wondering why you
Dimming your light. What does that look like? Dressing for the male gaze. I mean, women always dress for the male gaze. They go to the gym for the male gaze. If you go to the gym and you watch these women with these yoga pants with a line going up the middle from the front and the back, they could easily face a wall, right? Their backside could face a wall, but no, they're either right in front of the mirror or right towards the crowd or both. Like, we're acting like women don't want attention. Like they don't get that outside validation. Like they don't like to be chased and pursued. They do. They just want it from certain men.
feel anxious and unsettled and empty. But that feeling that there's some kind of void in your life is not because you're single. It's because you have been taught to outsource your worth. So when there's no man giving you attention, your brain goes, where's the proof that I'm okay? And that's the shift. Decentering Men is about coming back to you. It's about realizing that you are the main storyline and the main character in your own
Of course, you're going to be the main character if you're the only character.
damn life, and that your peace matters, your goals matter, and your life matters. And when you start living from that place, everything changes. You stop shape-shifting in order to be liked. You stop chasing, you stop settling. And instead of asking, do they like me? You start asking, do I like them? A romantic relationship should be an addition to your life, not the foundation of your self-worth. And when you truly get that, you finally stop waiting to be chosen and you choose yourself. Speaking of choosing yourself, if you are up for an adventure with a group of like-minded single women, including me, come and join us in Morocco this September for a trip that I'm hosting in collaboration with Explore Worldwide. We leave on the 12th of...
Sounds like a trauma bonding session. Fun fact. She just mentioned she's single. And she's 50. If this is the path that you were looking for, by all means, go ahead and listen to homegirl right here. Listen to her. But if you are actually interested in a fruitful relationship, stay away from accounts like this. Stay away from accounts like this. And this woman is more than just a TikToker. She actually has a pretty popular pod and a lot of other things going on. So she has a big voice. But I would not listen to her advice unless I want for my life to mirror her life. You don't go to people who are homeless for financial advice. Right? They can probably tell you what not to do, but they can never tell you what to do.
September for 11 nights, and it's going to be awesome. If this is calling to you, check out the details via the link in my bio.
Wow, this became an ad. You're not getting that off of my account, buddy. Next video.
What would happen if all the men just disappeared tomorrow? What would happen? What would you do? How would you...
Nothing. You would lose immediately. If all the men disappeared, the world is over. Ingenuity, strength. Like, man, I don't understand sometimes why this is how you can start out a conversation, or a clip for that matter, because it's on your account. Why would you start out a discussion like this? If all the men disappeared, if all the men disappear, you are screwed. We've had instances where women have tried it. They tried to build their own island and only have female workers. It collapsed immediately. It deteriorated immediately. The infrastructure failed immediately. Why are we acting like men aren't important? They aren't important for you. If you're not interested in a romantic relationship, fine, reasonable. You can cope, or maybe that's just not your thing. That's fine. However, to suggest that there would be any good if all men were just eliminated from the planet, you would be good. Everything that you enjoy, every invention that you're using, a man had something to do with that. Whether it's the internet, these phones that you're constantly posting nonsense on, those microphones that you're speaking into, the building that you're in, and the AC keeping you cool in it. Those were men who put that together for you. The police, the armed forces that keep you safe, the firemen, every convenience that you have that keeps you so posh, the cars you drive around in. None of these things would exist without men. Every modern day convenience that you take part in has something to do with a man, and we can't forget that. You can't hate men so much that you want us to be eliminated. We're necessary, and we're not saying that we are necessary and women aren't, but I think that we are at the very least as important as women.
Move now. Would you still be worried about the things that you're concerned about today?
Absolutely not.
And the answer is likely no. Okay,
because
your titties would be out hanging.
Yes.
You would be, you know what I mean? You'd be running around like
we can go outside
free
at
as a
night.
motherfucker.
We can walk down the dark alleys. Nothing's gonna happen to us. Like, we're gonna be fine. Like,
I personally don't believe that hierarchy is a natural human
it's
phenomenon.
not. No, it's not.
I think that it's something that was created and instilled. There was one person who like posted a...
They're acting as if women don't practice hierarchy. Yeah, talk to those women who are in corporate America and see how much they practice hierarchy.
about this, and basically her premise was that like hierarchy is going to happen no matter what, and I didn't agree.
Fun fact, most women, at least to me, this is anecdotal, I haven't pulled the stats from this, but at least most women that I speak to, they highly prefer working for a man than they do working for a woman, in all honesty.
With that, I think that hierarchy is a man-made type
I was
of
just
thing.
gonna say.
Emphasis on man.
Yep.
So I feel like if you remove like the decenter man, the patriarch, all that, hierarchy is gonna go with that.
Yes.
I don't think that we naturally go like, oh, you're the boss, you're the leader.
Because you
she's
got to
the
think
third in
about it.
command.
The patriarchy is the one who invented all of these hierarchies to begin with, for men and women. They the one who made this up. You have to be a certain size. You have to be a certain eye color. The only reason why some white women feel like they're superior is because white men told them they were. They started this whole thing.
Yeah, they going left at this
the reason
point.
why some men feel like they're high value men and there's low value men is because men, the patriarchy, told y'all that.
What would happen if
Actually,
all the men
that's
just
a
disappeared
lie.
tomorrow?
You know who told us that? Women did. It's based on market value. Women tell you that you are high value. Other men can't necessarily determine your value in the same way that women can. Women determine that. Women have created these superficial standards of having to be 6 feet, of having to earn 6 figures, to have a six pack, to be at least six, you know what. And all of these things, right? Or to be tall, dark, and handsome. You have to be emotionally intelligent, blah, 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 blah. These are all standards that women have created. And they have literally eliminated, at the very least, 80% of men for the bare minimal. They can't even cross the barrier to entry. 80% of men. This isn't standards that men created. These are standards that women have created. Men have some standards for women, but they're nowhere near as stringent as the ones for women. And women would say, well, maybe you should raise your standards. Yeah, well, men are already having enough problems being alone. And women are actually creating their loneliness. This gets really wicked. It's tough to watch sometimes when you're listening to these people say the things that they say. And it has nothing to do with what their desired outcome is, unless they just don't want to fail and they don't want to be in a relationship. None of these particular people have articulated that they don't want to be in a relationship. Most of them have said it doesn't mean writing off men. It doesn't mean hating men. It doesn't mean being single. But everything that you're promoting to do is talking about being single. Now, we're not going to say you shouldn't have your own autonomy. We're not going to say you shouldn't have your own life. We're not saying you shouldn't have a career. There's a balance to everything. Men are able to have a career, and that doesn't mean they ever forget their family. Men have never decentered women. Men have given women power, because if men didn't want women to have power, they wouldn't. They've given women liberties. If you can't enforce anything, then everything that you have is given to you. Men have proven to be benevolent. So I don't understand where this ridiculous hatred has come from for men. Either way, I'd love to see what your comments are down below. Go ahead and hype this video if you would. Please do subscribe and share the video. I appreciate you for it. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but you spent it with your boy Smoove today, and we love you for it. And as always, stay hungry, my friends. Never thirsty.